Hello everybody, welcome back to the studio where the sound of sports is heard. I'm your host, Don Castillo, and today we're going to continue talking about free agency, we're going to continue talking about the draft, and we're going to continue talking about the upcoming season. Yesterday, we did the Dolphins. Go check that video out. We gave them a great free agency review. Today, we're going to be maybe talking about the opposite, about the New England Patriots. So let's jump right into this. And oh boy, this is a horrible free agency for the New England Patriots. While taking my notes, I was trying to find at least three notable new additions on the Patriots, and I was only able to find two notable to talk about. And the first one being Beau Allen, and he's barely notable. I mean, he's a good defensive tackle. He's a quality player, but he's nothing special. And the second one is Brian Hoyer, a career backup, and possibly even a third string at some points of his career, and he's officially their starting quarterback. So, just a horrible free agency. There's literally nothing positive to talk about when it comes to new additions. There is, one sense of positives is that they were able to re-sign the McCourty brothers. That is the best thing they were able to do this offseason. Keep that secondary intact. But that is the only positives I can talk about for the Patriots. Now let's move to the negatives. A much bigger topic for the Patriots. And let's start with their defense. Three of their starting linebackers are gone. They lost linebacker Roberts, signed with the Dolphins. They lost linebacker Jamie Collins, who signed with the Lions. And they lost linebacker Kyle Van Noy, who signed with the Dolphins as well. Their linebacker core is demolished. There is no one on that core. So their secondary is intact, but their linebacker core is just demolished. They also obviously lost Tom Brady. That's a whole nother video to talk about. But I think the front office was really distracted on signing Tom Brady that they actually forgot about the rest of their team. That is the only probable excuse for why this free agency is so bad. And, of course, they still have no receivers. There's no notable receivers except for Julian Edelman, who is aging and is injury-prone now. So, I give this free agency and this offseason an F+, which might be the lowest grade I give in all of the NFL. And the reason why I give them a plus here is because they were able to bring back the McCourty brothers, but that is the only thing positive that came out of this offseason. So let's move to the mock draft. And I split the mock draft into two prospects for myself. And the first one I did, what do I think will happen? And the other prospect I gave was, what do I think should happen? So let's start with what I think will happen. And I think they will draft defensive end AJ Mpinsa. Again, sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I watched some of his film, a solid end from Iowa State, and I think he will be a quality defensive end. He can maybe develop into one of their cornerstone players, but it's nothing that's going to change the direction of their franchise, which is a player that they need right now. So now I'm going to talk about what I think what should happen. What I think should happen is I think Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft should come together and say, we should take a risk this year. We lost our starting quarterback. We have no receivers, and we should take a risk. And we should stay at our pick, and we should draft quarterback Jordan Love. We should draft him, have him sit for a year behind Brian Hoyer, have him learn behind that veteran, and then next year we start him. And he can develop into our new starting quarterback. He can develop into our new franchise quarterback. But I don't think that will happen. Why don't I think that will happen is because the Patriots are known for taking risks. They're known for taking the safe route. And in this case, that's not going to work for them. They have no more players. So let's talk about the upcoming season. And this is really, really difficult for me to say this. But I don't think the Patriots will make the playoffs. Not wild card, not winning the division. I don't think they'll make the playoffs. And the reason why that's so hard for me to say is because we're talking about Bill Belichick, the greatest coach of all time. He has been in the playoffs more years than I can even count. More years than I was even alive. So, actually, that might be wrong. So, it's difficult to say that the Patriots won't be in the playoffs, but yet it makes sense for me. How can I possibly say the Patriots will be in the playoffs when their starting quarterback, as we know of now, is Brian Hoyer, and he's throwing to essentially practice squad receivers and Julian Edelman? How can I logically say that the Patriots are going to make the playoffs no matter what coach is coaching the team? It's not logical to say that. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the sound of sports.